All right, it is Friday, and as you know, we do a Friday financial news wrap up with Mr. Michael Zuber. How are you, Michael?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, man. So I know that it's been an interesting week. I know job numbers. Tell us what's going on there.
Yeah. So one of the things I do on my channel, right, is I always talk about, usually it's the most important number of the week. What we had today was the most important number of the month. What came out today was September jobs creation. So let's just kind of set it up and then we'll talk about the huge disappointment. Jobs were expected to create at least 500,000 jobs in the month of September. Month of August created like 313 or 315 or something like that. Again, it was a disappointment. But what happened this month was just bad. Not only did we miss the 500, but we were worse than August, which I didn't hear anybody think was possible because we had all the unemployment goose up gone across the country. We had schools going back. All of these reasons we should have had a blowout number. And not only did we not hit it, not only did we miss by more than 50%, we were freaking worse than August. So job creation, horrible, atrocious, terrible, whatever words you want to say. Lots of stuff going on. And these things will impact the Fed. They will impact these other things. However, beyond that, the number was kind of doubly bad because what I have been calling for as a tail risk of stagflation is quickly becoming the base case, which means not tail risk, but darn, this could like happen because not only do we have horrible job creation, but we had wage inflation. Wage inflation was expected to be back at 4%. It came in horrible at 4.6%. Now, how can wage inflation be horrible when it's up? Unfortunately, just how the economy works. When wages go up by 4.6%, that means that companies will likely start raising the price of stuff because you can't eat that kind of margin increase. Wages are more, shipping is more, ingredients are more, leading to prices. And we talked about on the daily financial news, basically sugar water producers, Cokes and Pepsis and Monster and Red Bull was the example. But Red Bull said that in the last year, their ingredients and costs to produce a Red Bull can, right, aluminum, is up 50%. And it's up 10% in the last month. Wow. So, and prices are going up. And if they're going to go up for Red Bull, they'll go up for Pepsi and go up for Coke. And it is real. And unfortunately, what happens when you have raising inflation and you have a poor economy for job growth, it is called stagflation. It is ugly. It is painful. It hurts everyone. And we are quickly running into an environment where that's what we could be in for a couple of years.
Interesting. So with stagflation, you've been talking about this and really watching it. Even I feel like we talked about it in a different group in a mastermind.
Oh, yeah.
It came up and we talked about it and you've been talking about it for a lot. In fact, I've never even really heard the term until you started presenting it. When you say a couple of years, what does that look like? What does stagflation look like going into next year, 22?
Well, it's probably more of what we just heard today. Poor job growth, high unemployment, and inflation. It's ugly. Stagflation is like kind of the worst economic environment because the Fed can't do anything, right? If it raises rates, it restricts the economy, but they have to raise rates because inflation is, it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. And it hurts because it's just stagflation is terrible. Inflation hurts everyone. I believe inflation is a tax and it is unfair. Life is not fair and inflation is way unfair. Inflation hurts the people that least can afford it. People living on a fixed income, people at the lowest rung of the ladder. Yes, you may make $2 more an hour, but gas is more, food is more, rent is more, clothes is more. And it's just, it's terrible. And I think we're running there and it could get worse, right? We're in this horrible environment and we throw on another $3 trillion of spending. Oh, it could be bad.
Let's talk about, so interest rates this week and the 10-year. Talk about the rates this week. And And going forward, what do you think with this jobs number? What is it? What is it this week? And then what do you see happening going forward?
It's funny, right? Because normally speaking, you talk about a horrible jobs number, the 10-year is supposed to fall, right? That's what's supposed to happen, Ty. Well, stagflation. Nope, rates go up, and rates went up today.
Wow.
Yeah, they were like 154. Now they're over 1.6. And 1.5 was a psychological number we'd been under for a long time. It's over. Now we're above 1.6. So rates are going up. The Fed is losing control. The Fed is wrong.
Yeah.
And wow, they're up point. Oh, anyways, they're up over 1.6. I'm looking right now. It's quickly becoming not a fun time for most folks.
So with stagflation, let me ask this, because this is obviously, it feels like we didn't plan it this way, but very much the theme of today's interview.
Yeah. With
stagflation, if we see in California markets, or any market for that matter, if we see inventories still remain low, low supply, maybe increasing, we're starting to see things loosen up, we're seeing more inventory, but ultimately still not enough inventory to cover demands. How does stagflation play into the real estate markets, at least in the short term, over the 90, 180 days?
Yeah, 6 months for sure. Here's the deal. I believe inflation hurts everyone. However, there is a way you can use it. You can actually use inflation to protect you and help your family. The way to do that is to buy cash flowing rental properties, a la one rental at a time. Please get 30-year fixed rate money, because you have been given a gift. Rates are going up, but they are still historically low, and they are lower than they should be, period. Get 30-year money, buy assets, good or great deals today that cash flow, and let stagflation benefit you. Because what happens? Inflation will increase asset prices, inflation will increase rent, and your mortgage payment stays the same. So you can use inflation. In fact, the only people that really benefited from the 70s, when the last time we kind of had this, were real estate owners, because their properties doubled, rents doubled, and their payments were the lowest, had the lowest interest rate when they bought in the 70s. So it's not fun to say, because inflation will hurt, because inflation hurts stocks, because earnings get hit, and then it hurts this, and then it hurts that. Kind of cash flow, residential 30-year debt's the only stuff you have. Because even if you're buying apartments, I have spent the last year getting out of any adjustable rate mortgages. Even my apartments, I've gone to non-QM lenders, got fixed rate debt, 30-year fixed rate debt on my apartments on purpose, because I have no idea what rates will be in 7 years or 5 years. They frighten me to death where they could be. So yeah. I spent a year. I have either free and clear or 30-year debt. I have nothing in between.
I love it. I love it. So smart. So I love it. So let's go on. Let's talk about eviction. So the eviction moratorium, the state of California, obviously CDC and all that. What are you seeing with evictions now, and what do you see happening over the next, over the next, between now and the end of the year?
First and foremost, I want to shout out that I was entirely wrong about Gavin Newsom. I'm saying this on October 8th. It could change tomorrow. I was convinced that once he won the recall, he was going to extend it, and he, near as I can tell, hasn't. Yeah. So evictions can start. There is a pretty big caveat, right? If the tenant asks for help and completes the paperwork, you can't, right? Because the landlord should take. But that should have been. That's kind of how we should have operated anyway, because landlords don't want turns. So I feel pretty good about where we are. I can get rid of tenants that are bad now. Tenants won't play games, right? If tenants don't fill out the forms, they got to go. So I actually feel pretty good about where we are. I've actually seen money come in. I've seen about 10 or 11 grand come in that I was short for a year. So we're kind of getting past this. So I feel relatively confident that it won't come back, knock on wood.
I love it. I love it. So it's interesting too, that I know a lot of our tenants are getting notifications from the county. They're actually reaching out now. I do see an outreach over the last probably week and a half of postcards. Yeah. They're saying, hey, there's the relief money. So it feels like they're mailing directly to the address of the site to the tenant and saying, hey, go online, apply here and such. So it feels like they're starting to get some of that money out, and it sounds like it's actually starting to happen. Are you noticing that?
Yeah, I think they've actually increased the demand side. So yeah, money's coming out. As I shared, I got 11 grand a week ago or so. But also it's interesting because they definitely are sending out, because I've seen more COVID letters in the last 30 days than I saw the last year.
Oh, wow.
Which is because of these postcards that are going out. So there's like, oh my God, I really can. So some people see it as a rent party, but again, it's weird. Anytime the government gets involved in free enterprise, it gets weird. So yeah, they're actually causing more people ask for it than I've had tenants pay rent for a full year. Suddenly, oh, I can get a month of free rent. I'll send that in. I'm like, whatever. It's crazy.
Interesting times for sure. I want to thank you. You did a call for our group last week and with foundation builders. And it was really profound because I love a lot of the questions. A lot of the people in that group, in fact, the real estate foundation builders, we have a lot of realtors, a lot of real estate professionals who are also becoming investors. Yeah. And so I love what you did with, answering a lot of questions about buying your first rental or buying your next rental and the opportunities that exist. What are your thoughts about opportunity and specifically to what we talked about there?
Well, first and foremost, I thought that call to foundation builders was you and Adrian did a great job. I think more people need to join it. You need to tell people how to join it. We went through stuff that I don't normally do, right? We actually pulled up my spreadsheet and we did the math, right? That's stuff that's usually in my course. So we did things for that group that I generally don't do. So it's all there. We asked questions. We really boiled it down. We talked about what do I do? I want to invest out of state, but I live here. I mean, we answered all kinds of really complex and what if kind of questions. So great job putting that together. There should be more people in that. I think there were 30 or some odd people that were on the call live. How many people watched it? But more and more people need to join it. You should tell people right now how to join foundation builders.
Yeah, they can just really simple online. You can go to RE, like real estate, refoundationbuilders.com.
There you go.
Really, really simple. It's interesting too, because that community is mostly realtors, but that are not only growing their real estate practice and their brokerage and their business, but they're also learning to flip, fix and flip. They're learning about buying rentals. Obviously, you're a big part of our community. We really appreciate all that you do. So thank you, Michael.
Yeah, no problem. I thought it was interesting how we went. You gave me control and I brought up spreadsheets. So yeah, it was a good time.
I love it. I love it. So I always, at the end, I want to promote two things. I love these.
Oh yeah.
I love these. So tell people how do they get their postcard and how do they participate? Tell them about this.
So we have a contest trying to get to 500 rent first or next rental properties. You got to close the deal, right? This is not writing offers. This is not acceptance. This is closed deals. And all you have to do is say that one rental at a time helped. Read the book, it helped. YouTube helped. Course member helped. Whatever it is. I want to blow this number out. So I don't have a really strict criteria, right? If you say I helped, I believe you. If you say you closed the deal, I believe you. Then you just need to DM me your address and I will send you a card. And I believe in you. So I didn't buy 500. I didn't buy 1,000. I bought 1,500. And we're going to get it done. And Ty actually gets full credit for giving me the idea on June 30th. And we're running from May 31st to June 1st of next year, or June 1st to May 31st of next year. We're already over 200 now. I report the numbers every Sunday. And we're going to do some fun things. We're going to give away a boatload of money to a food bank. And I'm going to dye my hair purple just to have some fun with it when we get to 500. So yeah, it's a good time. We're at 200. We're more than that now because I'll report the new number on Sunday. But yeah, it's good.
I love it. I love our community. I love what you're doing with this. This is awesome. So again, if you're closing deals, right, as you're closing deals and you're a part of the one rental at a time community, DM Michael your address and let him know that you closed, and he will make sure to get you out a real physical card. Like
we got it to you. We got 3 more today. We got Elijah, Nikki, and Addison are going out today. Every day.
I love it. I love it every day. So as always, the book, One Rental at a Time. If you have read it and it's impacted you, please go to Amazon. Give this man a 5-star review. Michael, show him the new book.
Yeah. Here's a new book, and I want to make another offer for your community. So here's the new book, 15 Conversations with Real Estate Millionaires. I wrote this book for the audience. One rental at a time was for me, look back, commiserate, right, wrong. This book is for you. It's been out for a week or so. But something I thought about doing after that Foundation Builders live cast is I have a mentoring option, right? I have a course, it's $5.99. It's my how to get started, one rental at a time, all the bonus sections, plus a 30-minute mentoring call that you can use anytime you want in the first year. What I want to do, I have 8 more spots. I'm putting out 8 more of these. Is if you buy it, I will actually autograph both of these books and send these to you for free. That's about 50 or 60 bucks of stuff. I will send them out probably about the 20th or the 25th of this month because I actually have to get my copies. But yeah, I thought I would do something for Foundation Builders, your community. If anybody wants to have a half-hour mentoring plus get started, you can do that for $5.99, and I will send you 2 autographed books. So kind of cool.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Tremendous value. Let me just say also too, being a part of your program, because every Saturday morning, tell them that one piece. Because to me, that in itself blows out the entire cost of the course. Tell me how that works Saturday morning.
Yeah. So one of the things you get for free if you buy the course is access to a private Facebook group that only has students and only has experts who created content for the course. So you get access to that. And oh, by the way, my experts are interactive, Dion and Ty, and it's just everybody's interactive. But also I give away a half hour every Saturday, not like 45 Saturdays a year. There's some Saturdays that my schedule doesn't work, but 45, 46 Saturdays a year, you will get me one-on-one in the Facebook group for a 30-minute live session. So yeah, it's special times. And every Sunday I do a community post about what's going on. I call it the happiest place on the internet because everybody's positive, speaking the same language, posting deals, networking. It's awesome when we're just about to get over 1,000 people, which is totally awesome.
I love it. I love and appreciate all the work you do. I got to say it's invaluable, even for myself. I've been doing this a long time. And guess what? Every week, every other week, I'm saying, hey, Michael, what about this? How would you look at this? How would you look at these rents? How would you underwrite this deal, this apartment deal, or this house? Or what do you think about this kind of opportunity? So it really is invaluable. So please, I would say do yourself a favor, get involved in Michael's course, get the books, take advantage of that opportunity that he's offering with the mentorship and the free books, the autographs. Michael, thank you so much for all that you do for us. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too, buddy. Thanks.